Okay. Potion crafting, nice. Pouch upgrades. Bomb satchel, okay. Arrows, chair feathers, squirrel hide, bow hide. Oh, create a job. Charge a horn. Gotcha. Nora Legacy. Alright, that should be enough.
Workbench is all yours.
Coil slot has been unlocked for one of your weapons. Coils can be equipped on weapons to improve their performance. Tap when viewing the weapon in your inventory to modify the coils.
This should be useful. Now I just need to find Errand and him clear the bristlebacks. Pack's full, but my stash has room.
Mount coal, resources. Dye plants. Yeah. Special gear. Alright. Bang on. Okay. Character bios. Petra. Free heap. Yeah, that's a settlement. I was forgetting about that. Okay. Okay.
If I were a sober man, I would salute you.
Excuse me.
Oh, you can't talk to him. Huh. We have 2 quests that I am gonna go check out right now.
Olvin can't just ignore us like this, can he? We almost died because of him.
Have you seen us? What are we supposed to do? Have Arnold throw his crutch at him?
You owe them money, don't you?
And I owe them money. I see you all made it back.
Hammer and tongs. That they did, Huntress. They tell me you blasted through the problem. Lokuf here came back trembling like a twig.
Hey!
What's important is everyone made it out. No thanks to Olvin.
Have you talked to him yet?
We're on the waiting list.
Doesn't have the guts to face all of us at once.
We need to stick together. In case he decides to send his goons over. You're all banged up as it is. I can deal with Ulven. You don't need to stick around.
We know, you old hammer.
Just stay safe.
Okay, let me check something.
Does this mean you're buying us all drinks then?
Not if I drink the tavern dry first.
So, what do you think? Can you get a good price for it?
Can I get this price? Why am I the one selling?
Scroll partially burned front page of an illustrated pamphlet. It's hammering time. Oh no, whatever will hammers for hire do now that Gunnard has lost all his earnings to devious dicers? Another mercenary job, that's what. In this episode, our heroes delve deep into a mysterious tunnel at the edge of the claim, searching for Ealdorman's missing daughter. Inside, they'll find a machine that will give them the fight of their lives. Can they survive the drilling jaws of the ravenous giant? Will they save the missing maiden? Find out on the latest issue of Hammers for Hire, Name Takers and Rockbreakers. Nice.
You have the charm, the good looks. Hey!
You owe them money, don't you?
I need to make this right.
We will. Don't worry.
Get a better price. Hey!
That's inside here, isn't it?
That phony ass word over here and say that again. Spin my around.
Ever stand exactly.
Just 'cause you keep blurring out doesn't mean you're off the hook.
Unknown machine strike. What does that mean?
I'll drink you under the table anything.
Look where you're going. Oh, that's right. Just barrel through a stranger.
I did. It's already 2 o'clock. Or in the morning. Oof. Oof.
As I would say.
Walk it up, huh?
Shark. Why else would one leave the glory of painting? Boredom. Nothing interesting happens in the claim. Claim is known. Who you try to I'll bet you 10 shards. Fine. 50 shards says the fast one. Hey, if I wanted to hear my mother.
A complaint form smudged with ash and filled with angry cliffs. Jawad, please help. The product in question maimed me. I filled out the required form below and I still can't even get a refund from Leela and Boomer. I beg you, give me justice. Complaint. Jorded Guardsman. Product description. Bankbuster? I think Boombuster? Does it matter? I bought it 3 days ago. I know you remember me. Incident description. Again, I just told you. I was demonstrating this scorched out hammer to my fellow guardsmen by slamming it on a piece of rock. Instead of booming the rock, it boomed toward me, and now I don't have any eyebrows. Am I surprised? Am I sad? Nobody can tell since I no longer have eyebrows. So in case you weren't aware, let me tell you I'm very unhappy. I want my shards back. Refund denied. Customer was made fully aware of the prototype's volatility at the time of purchase. Proceed with purchase regardless, proclaiming I'm not a baby.
Didn't expect to see you.
Ha ha ha.
Oi, refill.
Oh, that's the thing, isn't it?
Another. I'd love some ale. Please.
Let me get the quest first.
Hey, Mildef. Mildef. I took some of your stew last time I went into the wilds. Kept me going for a week. Felt like I could have put a strider in a sleeper hold.
Enjoy it while it lasts.
Sounds like you're serving up some impressive provisions here.
Not again. You can have the discount too, but you'll have to come back later.
I think you have me confused with someone else.
Olvin didn't send you?
No.
Oh, my apologies. It's just that his minions won't stop pestering me. Now I've even worn out my special grill. Since I'm in the midst of a crisis, perhaps you could skip to what it is you wanted?
Some of your food?
Of course.
Okay.
Are Ulvin's people causing you problems?
Oh, yeah. They constantly demand my best, but the equipment I need to make my signature dishes isn't built for batch cooking. And don't get me started on the Ulvin discount they feel so entitled to.
And if you refuse?
I make meals, not trouble.
How did you end up in Chainscrape?
Heard about a new and upcoming town at the edge of the frontier. Where there's a town, there's a tavern. I was in need of work. So I got myself out here and started cooking. Some of these people had never tasted proper boars and berries stew before. Anyway, next thing I knew, people kept coming back. Guess they liked my food. Or the ale.
I don't know how to fix this actually.
Your last customer mentioned your cooking really kept him going out in the wild. Where I'm headed, I could use some of that.
I would be happy to oblige, especially since you have the decency to ask pleasantly. But my special groove griddle is no more. Without it, I can't cook any of my signature dishes. I hate to think what'll happen when I'm forced to refuse Ulvin or his goons. Even if I already had the right ingredients, there's nothing I can do. Unless you can source me a temporary replacement?
What do you need?
For the ingredients, a few pieces of decent wild meat, and I'd say a big handful of bitter leaf stems. That'll do. As for the griddle, a corrugated metal panel might suffice until I can have a new one forged. You'd likely find one in a scrounger pile if you follow the river to the northeast. Don't worry, I'll clean it first. You'll have no issue finding boars and bitter leaf on your way. Assuming you're as much a hunter-gatherer as your clothing suggests.
Thanks, Mildef. I'll keep an eye out.
So that's what gratitude sounds like.
And don't let anyone push you around, okay?
If you say so.
All right. Got enough meat and bitter leaf. Just need to grab a metal panel from the scrounger pile.
So yeah, I have no idea how to fix this. Let me try the unknown millipede. Okay. Let's try this as well.
Aloy, change your mind about that
No
brew?
one wants to play strike. No? Anyway.
Is this Petra? It is Petra.
Come for that beer after all, eh? Here, sit down. Get a pint in her hand. Wasn't expecting you to swing by.
Since when do I do what's expected?
There's that spark. Fire and spit.
Fire and spit.
That's a blast from the bellows. Won't fix the forge, but at least I can forget about my troubles for a while.
Like what?
Take your pick. We got bodies to bury from the bristlebacks, the work stoppage, Olvin grating the gears about his concession decree. Hey! Weapons off the table! Ah, don't listen to me. Nothing a cold brew and knocking some heads together can't fix eventually.
Bristlebacks.
So the bristlebacks in the Daunt. Where did they come from?
That's the thing. No one rightly knows. They just showed up one day, rampaging around the valley like they exploded out of a forge. Lost some good people. But I heard talk of some vanguards trying to take them down.
Did they come through here?
Stopped by briefly for supplies. Ulvund was none too pleased. Won't be able to crank it to his advantage once the bristlebacks are gone.
But how could bristlebacks in the Daunt help Ulvund?
2 words. Concession decree. Since no one knows where the bristlebacks came from, Ulvund has taken to blaming the Karja for him. He's hoping to dig up enough old resentments to get a strike going until the concession's signed. This is just his latest attempt. He's been trying to rile up the workers since the day he rolled into town.
And people actually believe him?
Lots of folks suffered at the hands of the Mad King during the Red Raids. Give him half a reason, they'll blame the Karja for anything.
Damn Karja slavers.
What brought you here?
I thought you'd be back in Freeheap.
Well, after the big battle at Meridian, I went back, but realized it was running smooth. Didn't need me. Heard about the rebuilding out at Barren Light. Figured they could use another hammer. Been scraping by ever since.
You could always leave.
And go back east? Nah. I ain't one to leave a lit forge. Besides, someone's gotta be a squeaky wheel for the workers around here.
So about Ulvund.
Around here, everything's about Ulvund.
How'd he end up in charge?
He got here early, like a squirrel smelling a fat nut. He knew rebuilding Barren Light would need stone and timber. So he jangled purses all over Mainspring, getting investors to front claims on anything in the Daunt that might be worth a damn. Thing is, all the bankers back home know that this is Karja land, and the Sun King can revoke those claims at any time. That's why he's desperate for the magistrate to sign off on a concession decree.
Decree?
This concession decree, what is it exactly? And how would it help Ulvund?
It's pig diddle, that's what.
A writ that would put all Osram claims in the Daunt under Osram law, even though they're on Karja land. It would mean that any existing ore, stone, and timber claims couldn't be revoked by the Karja. No more risk, no more hesitation for investors back in the claim to pour in the shards and expand their business. And since Ulvund has a stake in all those claims, it would make him richer than a scrapper in a junk heap. Not to mention Chainscrape would become an Osram municipality, so he could buy enough votes to call himself an elderman. He's a sly old badger, I'll give him that.
That's politics, economics, and everything
Pressure,
mixed up.
Eventually the magistrate will sign.
Well, I have to be going. Thanks for the drink, Petra. I'm glad I stopped by.
Anytime, Flamehair.
Hey, Ray. Fancy a game of strike?
I do.
Come
To revel in some strike, sister? Let me set the board.
I was just passing by.
First timer, huh? Don't worry about it. I'll go easy on you. You got any pieces?
No.
Well, aren't you in luck then? I got an extra set, a Tanakh original straight out of the Forbidden West. Sit. I'll run you through it in a hot spark.
Oh, this is gonna be
Special
interesting.
you on my boards too.
What's this? Beginner's tutorial. Okay. Beginner's set. Okay. Start challenge. Confirm.
All right, let's start off simple. The Tanakh like to say that Machine Strike is a game of pure strategy. We each get a set of pieces. Each piece represents a kind of machine, and each machine is worth a different number of victory points. And to win the game, you'll need to gain 7 victory points by destroying the opponent's machines. It can be tricky remembering the details of every machine, so we use these notes to keep track of them. You see that number on the top right corner? That there is how many victory points you'll get for destroying that machine.
Okay.
Notes also tell you how far a piece can move, how powerful their attacks are,
Okay.
the distance they can strike from, and of course, their health. Okay, that's enough for now. Let's just play. I'll explain the rest as we go. I own the board, so I get to choose who goes first. Since this is your first time, I'll let you go. Usually you get to choose which pieces to set on the board, but this will do for now. Pick up that machine piece to your right, and move it forward. And remember, each machine can only move a certain distance. Take a look at your notes if you need a reminder.
Okay. So you can go diagonal as well, but diagonal and straight. Oh, this is sprint. This is move. Diagonal is okay.
Easy enough, huh? Now, you get to move 2 machines each round, so go ahead and pick a second machine. Perfect. There's not much else to do for now, so just end your turn. We're forging onwards. Let me move my pieces here. And we're back to you. This time, why don't you try attacking one of my pieces? Try with that machine on your right first. Now move the piece close enough. When performing an attack, you'll be testing your machine's combat power against the opponent's. A machine's combat power is a combination of the terrain your machine is standing on and its own attack power. This board only has grassland terrain, which has no effect on a machine's combat power. And your current machine has 2 points of attack power. So in total, your machine's combat power equals 2 points. Since my machine isn't the one attacking, it has 0 points of attack power. And just like your machine, it's not affected by grassland terrain. So right now, the difference in combat power between the 2 machines is 2 points. This means your machine can do 2 points of damage to my machine. Did you get all that?
True. Okay.
Knew you were a smart one. Finish up by attacking my machine. Not
Okay.
pulling any punches, huh? Now grab that second machine of yours. See how your machine can't move close enough to attack mine? You can make your machine sprint. That lets it move 1 space further. Try it out. Downside to sprinting is that your machine can no longer attack. Now, some players like to take a risk and overcharge their machine in cases like this. Overcharging lets you attack after a sprint, but it will damage your machine's health by 2 points. so use at your own discretion. Let's try doing that now so you can see what I mean.
Okay.
That's about it for your turn then. Now, I'll let you in on a neat trick. That machine of yours, the one closest to me, grab a hold of it. Same as in the wilds, machines have both armored points and weak points. You can see them marked on the pieces. Blue shows where their armor is thickest. Hit them there and you'll do some damage, but not a lot. Now, red shows the machine's weak points. Hit those and you'll deal a mighty blow. Here, let me show you. Rotate that piece so your machine faces mine.
Use L2 and R2 to rotate. Okay.
Now let that machine have it. Off the board she goes, and there's your first victory points. You don't have 7 of them yet, so let's keep going. Your machine attacked mine, but hasn't moved yet. Go ahead and move downwards towards my remaining piece. You've already attacked a machine and moved your piece. But if you overcharge your machine, you can attack a second time. And by the look of your machine's health, you'd be sacrificing your piece to defeat mine. But sometimes that can be a good thing. Overcharge your machine to attack mine a second time, and I'll show you what I mean.
This is okay. This is like this is actually like more. This is like Gwent and like complex as Gwent, I suppose. That's what I want to say.
Good news is, since you're the one attacking, you're gonna receive your victory points before I do. Which means you can reach the coveted 7 victory points first. That's why sometimes losing a piece can be the best way to end a game in your favor. Now,
Give me 1 second, dude.
you'll notice you didn't get quite up to 7 victory points this time, but you did destroy...
Give me 1 second, dudes. I'll be right back. Hold on. Alright, I'm back. Sorry about that, dudes. Sorry about that. Okay. There we go.
all my pieces. That means you're the winner! That wasn't so hard, was it? Just remember to always check for the best terrain to attack from. You'd be surprised the advantage you can gain over an opponent like that. I know it saved my behind in a game or two.
I'll try and remember that.
Oh, before I forget, these are all my spare pieces. I want the Savior of Meridian to have them. It's a small set to be sure, but it should be enough to get you in on any strike games you find out there. You might even fancy looking out for them strike carvers. They've got all kinds of unique pieces that can turn a game in your favor, though they'll need the right materials to craft you one. Or you might find them in the wilds if you're lucky. I know I've lost my fair share of pieces after a night of machine hunting or brew hopping. No need to thank me. Always a pleasure to help out new strike players.
Nice.
Now, if you feel like playing a real game, I've got plenty of other boards. I could even teach you a few more tricks if you're up for it.
Thanks. I'll think about it.
Okay. And I will think about finishing this tomorrow. Guys, I have to go, unfortunately. So I'm gonna leave it right here. You know what? I'm actually gonna go in and save. That's what I'm gonna do, and then can call it that. And I'm gonna go back and when I come back tomorrow, I'm gonna go and check out Strike and see what we can do about that. And I'm gonna check out that side quest as well and complete the 2 side quests and stuff. So, dudes, thank you so much for hanging around for that first day of Horizon Forbidden West.